Growing up, my favorite television show has always been wrestling. And what better way to have a chair on the top than having my own father as a WWE superstar champion. Besides the privilege of having to watch the wrestling matches live and for free at the comfort of my home, I got to experience the VIP feeling as a spectator. Except that VIP in this case didn't mean that I was a very important person. It meant that I had to experience violence-induced pain. Or did I really say that I loved wrestling? I guess I forgot to mention that not when it involved me having to constantly watch my mom being mercilessly slammed to the walls and seeing her agonizing and pain, yet after every wrestling match she would wipe away the tears as if nothing has happened and keep a smiley face because she had to act strong. But whenever SmackDown had me playing nurse at a very tender age, nursing my mom's wounds because she couldn't go to the hospital. And certainly not when the medals were coming at the expense of my mom's broken bones and bruises and the cry for help that fell on deaf ears. I guess the television show came with a warning that said don't try this at home, and I guess my dad missed the memo. Maybe it's amnesia on my part, but when I used to watch the TV wrestling show when I was young, it would say, what entertains you? Tears their bought apart, cheer them, admire them, believe them, but leave the action to them. I had to attest my mom's board being torn apart. Yet nothing was entertaining about that. So I couldn't cheer, I couldn't admire, neither could I believe in all that was happening, but I left the action to my father because I was just a child. As I grew, I shifted my interest to mobile games, and Temple Run was my favorite. Because over and over, my mother and I had to practice Temple Run each time my dad came home drunk. On this particular day, he came home drunk like always, and he had to practice his wrestling skills on Mama. Blood gushed out, tears fell to the ground, teeth scattered all over, and she wailed until she couldn't add more, but yet he kept on bawling, he couldn't stop. And my cry for him to stop fell on deaf ears. It is no more. He is a prisoner and a widower. But what has become of me? I am a vulnerable, exposed, damaged, traumatized orphan. I wish I could say, now that he's behind the bar, my problems are over. I wish I could say that now that he's behind the bars, it has all been solved, but no. I carry the trauma with me wherever I go as if it is my shadow. And every day I have to constantly fight the images of those of blood, constantly fight the sound of a wailing that never stops. Maybe someone should have told my mother that silence is not always golden. Someone should have told my mama that you can't protect your marriage at the expense of your own life and get your children. But no one did. Which is why I've taken it upon myself to let us all know that we should stand up, speak up, and fight against domestic and domestic violence.